Yep. So, after daily talking about domestic violence, after daily talking about eve teasing, after courageously talking about body shaming, today once again we are present here for daily talking about a social stigma known as why does women need to leave their home after marriage. Very good evening to each and every participant who is present there at that time. My name is Deep Singh and I am the member of the very trusted community known as TD Learners Academy. So today we are going to cast our sixth podcast episode after the five successful podcasts every Sunday, every Saturday. We are going to conduct our sixth podcast, and I am very glad to tell you that with us are very, favorable people's person. We can say that Himashri is also present here, our guest. Please welcome Himashri, ma'am. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much
Very,
for that unrealistic welcome. And yeah,
very good evening.
I'm
Very good
myself
evening, ma'am.
famously. Yeah, very good evening. A
How are
little
you?
night. I'm fine.
Yes.
And what about you?
Thanks for asking me. I am also fine, ma'am. Totally fit and fine.
Yeah,
And so,
great.
ma'am, without moving towards the topic, it's my question to you. First question: what you expect? What is your expectations towards the today's podcast, especially the topic? How critical the topic is? Please tell us.
Okay, I think this podcast is necessary. Like many of the people do not know the what to tell. Due to this marriage effects, many girls' lives are changed. They should know that there will be consequences which are really what like unrealistic and all. So, what should girls learn from this is they should be aware of what will be the life after marriage, like how they should be aware in choosing their partner too, and how they should act on their in-laws and how they could save their life from these things and all. And what boys should focus on is they should understand what a girl is going through or what she is under. Like she's changing herself totally for an instant after getting tied by a knot. For a while, just in a minute, in that time, everything changes. Like she should leave her parents, she should leave her friends, and also her total life changes. Like where she studied or where she have done job, everything changes just after a single marriage. So she's totally gonna wind up herself into a completely new person. So in which way you should support her? The motive of the podcast will be this, and everyone must be aware of that.
Exactly, ma'am. Thanks a lot, Hema. And as Hema said that our motto will be to talk about that topic if we want to create an equal society for both men and women. As let's move towards spreading some light on our topic. As you know that the topic is why does only girls need to leave their home after marriage? So first of all, I would like to draw your attention towards the historical background of that ritual or tradition. So what happened in the ancient times? In the ancient times, a girl had to leave her father's house because it is believed that at that time women are only confined in the four walls of the society. Woman is meant for doing household work, taking care of the parents of her husbands, right? But at that time, to become financially independent is a very difficult task for a woman because her husband is the person who have the rights to go outside to do every work, to do every physical work, and what work will have to do by the girl is only to do the household works. But today this scenario is totally changed. Even girls, you all girls are the first generation who stepped out from your homes. You dare to work, you dare to go to the educational institutions, you dare to go to the offices, you dare to go to become doctor, engineering, and many of the occupations. So you are the first generation, and many changes are there. You all become financially independent. But have you noticed ever that still the tradition of leaving the home by only alone a single gender called female is still existed in this society? Why still there is a need that the tradition called that why does women need to leave their home, why not men? So it is our topic will be. So my first question towards our guest, ma'am Hemashiri. So ma'am, my first question will be, according to you, as you are a girl, right? According to you, what is the biggest sacrifice made by a girl in her entire life? Could you please tell us?
Yeah, definitely the biggest sacrifice made by a woman throughout her life would be leaving her paternal home after marriage. because many things change after that. Everything takes to the permission. Like, for example, I can give you many things. She should willingly take responsibility. Like, she should not just take care of her husband, but also her family. And also, her dressing style changes. Only rarely people are allowed to let her be in her style only. And also, they will not have any personal time. As you know, like, privacy is important, but they will never get that after marriage. And yeah, Kelly takes a big backseat. And also, you know what? The magic is she gives up happily for the family. It's not like that. Men never do that, I think. And also, before she will be giving priority to the friends, and here she should give family. Her decision style too changes. Before she would be acting according to her whims and fancies, but now she should take the permission of her husband and in-laws and parents and many more. That's a great procedure. And also, she will be spending the money very prudently because she will know the value of saving her money for future endeavors. But the thing is, she would feel secure as there will be always a person with her. And you know what? She thinks too much before she speaks. Maybe before she can speak whatever she wants, she'll be very independent, but she will not. So, knowing all this, a woman will marry. So, isn't that a big sacrifice, knowing all this, but leaving everything just for a marriage, which a man cannot sacrifice?
Yes, Hima, totally agree with you. And Hima, one more thing. Have you noticed ever, whenever you get a chance to get invitation of any marriage of your friend, of your cousin, whatever the whoever the person will be, that in the marriages, what is the most emotional moment? The most emotional moment is that when the bride is leaving her father's home, when the groom's car, when the groom's parents, all of the family members are at the gate of the girl's house, and it is the most emotional moment. Even a person with a steel heart, even a person with stone heart, even that heart will be melt at that moment. Even fathers start crying, everyone is at that time
Yeah,
start crying, right? It is the most emotional moment. So what is your take on that moment? How
it's
would you elaborate it?
actually, you know what,
Yes.
while I see such instance, I'll just remember, like, what to tell, I'll be imagining my future too will be like this thing someday, and I too get the feeling of that. Why should I? And these revolutionary thoughts come up, like we can change, but it can't be. The society norms are like that. And yeah, uh, even the person when he's crying, even if we try to console, we can't console because that's nature. We can know that, so we'll not be able to console them too. And I'll just ask you one thing, Deep. Like, only why do girls leave the home after marriage? Why not boys?
Nice question, Hema. Nice. Actually, I was similarly thinking that why only girls need to left their home? Why she need to left the home? Why he doesn't? Why he doesn't leave the home? Well, first of all, Hema, have you ever observed that if a boy, if a husband spent more than 3 days in her wife's house, the society, the people of the society will starting criticize that person that he is spending time, he is residing in her, in her wife's house. It is a social stigma. But what about the wife who have to spend the rest of her life in her husband's house? Right. So the first of the only reason, the strong reason why boys are not, living in girls' house after marriage, it is that even in the many of the Vedas, one of the Veda known as Atharva Veda, it is very in a very good manner. It is elaborated at Hema that a boy uh, a boy should not need to live in the girl's house because a girl is a river, a girl is a pure river, and boy's house is a ocean, totally ocean. So what the work of the river have to get mixed into the ocean. So river is so much pure that after getting married, why girls should need to go into the father, husband's house? It is that because to spread his purity, woman is known as a goddess, woman is known as a pure like a river. So that is the strong viewpoint by the Vedas, that because of that purity, she can spread in others' house also. So that's why woman is also known as a very flexible. Even woman, if I am not wrong, Hima, woman is known as the female of sacrifices. Every sacrifice is made by the woman. Even if we see that after getting married, woman have to leave her father's house where she grew up after 20 years, after spending 20 years. You know, it is very difficult to leave the house where you spent 20 years. You have to leave your friends, you have to leave your friend circle, you have to leave your siblings, you have to leave each and everything which is related to your father's house. You know, Hima, so it is a very difficult process. If a boy have to leave that kind of things, it will be impossible. So according to me, I think because of some kind of social research which is performed by the peoples, that thing is existed. But we will provide conclusion at the end. And Hema, have you any
Yeah.
question? But I have, yes. Have you any question?
Actually, I want to share you one thing before that. Can I?
What?
Yeah. You know what? Recently, according to data by NCRB, accidental death and suicide in India, that report shows that there were more than 37,000 suicides for marriage-related issues only in this modern era, like 2016 to 18 only. Even they tell that it is modern era or equality, feminism, whatever, but it's a very reasonable, not what is that? It's a big number of suicides just due to a marriage. What do you think on this?
I got it. Yes, I'm exactly agree with you. And one more
Yeah,
point I would like to add, Hema. Hema, you know, 97% of Indians who migrate after marriage are only women, and 85% of men still living in their own home. Even 97% of girls need to migrate from one home to another, right? So it is also, there is a lot of data. We know that the cases of dowry, every each and every day newspaper is full of with that kind of news. But I have one question for you, Hema. Hema, have you ever heard about Bermuda Triangle? You know?
yeah, I have. That's a mystery which have been solved recently, right?
Yeah, the mystery of Bermuda Triangle even had been solved before 2 months before. But the mystery that which house is related to woman, what is the actual house of the woman, is still a mystery and will be a mystery and will be a mystery for the coming generations of India. You are agree or not with me?
Yeah, that's terrible. Like, you know what? For a man, there's a single family. But when it comes to women, it's a dual path, like BC and AC. It changes, like before marriage and after marriage. Though she has to tell that there are two families only. Most probably, the preference will be given to their in-laws family only. Like, and also, you know what's the main thing? The thing she expects what a family is like, she should get the care, love, attention, and all. These are too important. If she thinks her parents' home like a home, it's just because she gets all this. She'll be pampered, she'll be loved, and she'll be given her choice, and she'll be given freedom, and many more. And if she get this in her in-laws home too, she'll get that homely feel, or else she'll just feel like a jail, but she can't express that. Like, you know, there's a funny saying like called, if she can use her phone freely as she used in her parents home, then we can say she's having full liberty. It's this way too.
Yes, Hema, there is a lot of
Yeah.
things to talk about. There is a lot of things to talk about that topic. And particularly, one question to you, Hema, again. As you
Yeah.
are a girl, yeah, Hema, listen. As you are
Hmm.
a girl, right? One day you also have to get married, right? So, what is your expectations from your husband? So, you will, I mean, agree that you will have to live in your husband's house, or you will be, I mean, at that time become a stubborn. No, you will live at my house. It's a stigma. So, what's your take on that on that moment particularly?
Okay, I will tell you my opinion. Like, I have
Hmm.
thought about it. Yeah, I won't be stubborn and stay in my parents' home, but I'll be very, very, very wise and take decision very nice that my husband and husband's family is good to me or suitable to me, or they will accept me as I am. They should accept me as the way I am. They should not try to change. Like, I will try to change for similar little things. Like, it's called adjustments. That's required in family somehow. I will do that adjustments. Though I will see too much. Like, I'll check everything. If they are good to me, their behavior matters a lot, right? Even though like I have separated from my family, then you two separate from your family, then it goes to nuclear family. Basically, I'm a girl who respects our culture. So I would go for this, but I'll be like what? The culture in a very good manner. In that way, I will take it. And yeah, I will check all these things. And if not, even though if I tell you I'll stay single forever, this society will not leave me somehow. And if I get married in case, I'll check all this. Like if the guy is really loving and caring for the person I am, yeah, I'll do similar things like cooking and all. I'll try, but I need his help too. Like I'll expect that things. Like he should help me in my cooking, and like he should not give me too much work. He should understand my things, and if I'm going to work, then he too should come into me, and then yeah, help me in every chores, household works and all. And in-laws especially, they should understand me. That's enough. And I'll ask you
Exactly.
something in the
Mm-hmm.
similar way. Yeah, you know all these struggles faced by a girl. So how are you going to treat your future wife to avoid her these problems?
Nice, nice. Unexpected question, first of all. Yes, Hima.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell.
Hima. Yeah, I would like to answer to this question before, starting it with a quote. I heard a quote by a famous personality. It is anonymous by name, right? So, this saying is that nothing changes after marriage for a man, but everything changes after marriage for a woman. Which things changes for a woman? Women changed their house from one house to another. Women changed their surname from that surname to another surname. So men have to change nothing, but women have to change lot of things. So what my take on, when what I do for my future wife. So first thing, we know very well that women have to leave their house, a woman have to leave her family friends, a woman have to make sacrifice of each and everything, a woman have to leave her family members who is too much close to their heart. So I will leave my ego for that girl. I will leave my, all attitude. I will leave my ego. I will leave my anger. I will leave my each and everything which hurts her. So that's why I will try to fulfill each and every desire of that person who will become my future wife, right? So it's my take on, is it or not?
Yeah, yeah. That's actually a good move. So if
Yeah,
I think, like as a way you thought, if every man thinks like that, she can reduce the half of the burden of this after effects of a girl's life in marriage. Like half of the burden will be released, right? Am I wrong or right? Just tell me.
could you please repeat, Hema?
Yeah, if a man understands these struggles and helps her in the best he can, do you think the half of the burden can be cured? Like she can adjust due to that love.
Exactly, exactly. After
Yeah,
getting married, yeah, after getting married, if you get that person who is much more caring than you expected, then it surely means that more than half of your burden is totally vanished. Oh, yeah, right. I'm totally agree with you. And Hema, I would like to mention one more thing. As you were mentioning that even after getting married, right? So living in the leaving the father's house and start living with a new family of her husbands. But at that time, we can't say that we will totally, totally finish this ritual, because society will not accept it. Society will protest against it. But we can make improvement in it. What kind of improvement? We can. It is the matter of right to choice. For example, if you are going to marry in the future. So it's the responsibility of your husband to ask you what you want. You want to live in my home, or you want to live separate. We don't want to live separate because we have to take care of our family members, right? In ancient time, women are married only for one single reason, to take care of the household works. But today the society scenario is totally changed. You are the working class, you are the first generation of that woman who dare to step outside their home. You are doing work each and every, you are not more than, less than demands. So you are financially independent much more. So you can also say that I would like to prefer to live in my home, not in your home, right? So Hima, is it or not?
yeah, it's for sure. Because the previous
Yeah,
scenario is the girl is meant only to do the household work and serve the husband and the in-laws, etc. But now, as an independent woman, okay, almost independent woman, she is doing job. Like she is helping her family financially too, in most of the cases, and she is not illiterate in the main. That's the main point. Like everyone are literated, they are educated, and they know what is the rights and all everything. So that's the reason many are getting aware, so everyone should be aware of everything. And by the same way, there are few cultures which has been written wrong, so that should be uprest. But many can be followed in the way which no one is affected. Like everyone can be benefited. It's still possible. I hope until their good thoughts emerge in everyone's mind.
Hema, but listen, there is many kind of, rituals or traditions. For example, the very tragic ritual or very dangerous, known as sati pratha. Even that pratha is was at that time in existence during the ancient time, right? Even nowadays, that people get a knowledge that it is totally wrong, that sati pratha is totally wrong. Even widow remarriage, even foeticide, even many more child marriages, that kind of movements, people get a knowledge that these are wrong. Then why not people get a knowledge that only sending a single gender to another's home is also wrong? Why not sending that member to that house? But yes, a lot of thing to talk about that topic, right? So
Yeah,
Hema, I
as
think
you have
now,
mentioned,
yeah,
yeah, it's about the right
yes,
of
yes,
choice
yes,
only. Like both should have a
right of
mutual
choice.
agreement. They should be given their freedom to choose what they want. That's what needed.
Exactly. We should not impose any kind of
Yeah,
decision to the society. Even one
sure.
more interesting thing is that, Hema, the more interesting thing, there is a
Yeah,
very famous ritual. There is a very famous ritual. You all have heard. You know, you mostly heard. It is Kanyadan. You ever heard? I think you heard it. Kanyadan means to, especially first of all, what is the meaning of dan? Dan means to give something in donation. For example, wealth, food, any kind of cloth. To that card with dan. But our society add one more word in front of that word, and it is known as kanyadan. Even woman is not a materialist thing. Woman is a gender. Woman is a strong gender. He is equal to the man. Why we are saying kanyadan? Right, so that kind of rituals are still existing in the society, which is a danger, and it is a totally discrimination. On the one hand, in the 21st century, India is talking about promoting gender equality, promoting any kind of equality to their children's, irrespective of the discrimination on caste, color, creed, religion. But on the other side, people are totally forgot that it is also discrimination to only sending one gender to another house, right? So there are a lot of things to talk on that topic. So we have questions, right? It is time to move towards to take the questions which have been pinned by our, participants who participated in the chat box. So Hema, can we go?
sure, sure. Why not? We must
Yeah,
give
please.
our audience a chance to speak. Let's listen to
Yeah,
their
same.
opinions
Hema.
too. Yeah, audience, please join us and make this event
Yeah, please.
successful. Hope you do that.
Okay, Hema. Hema, let me ask a question.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
let me ask a question.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the first question is that why does only girl should need to send to another home? Why not a boy should need to send to the girl's house? It is a question, and name is anonymous. So who would like to elaborate it? Who would like to spread, light on that question? Anyone is interested? Anyone is interested? Please goes ahead and tell why not men's need to send to the another house. Why only women should need to marry and shift after to another house called boy's house? Okay. Ujjwal, are you there? Swastik?
Audience, please respond. Anyone?
Yeah, Swastik is there, I think. Swastik, are you there? Okay, no issue. So, Devil?
Yes, yes, yeah, yes, I'm here.
Okay, Swastik. Swastik, hope you hear the question. So, what's your take on regarding that question?
Yeah, so first of all, I'd like to say that it's a good question, and as you know that these types of rituals and these types of tradition, which has been following for a long, and even if you see like ancient times, so these types of thing, these types of ritual is following. So I also think that actually like it's a one kind of like a people mindset. So and even as you know that if I talk about the Indian culture, so if you see that there are lots of like you also you explained in this particular thing that women, they are also like a stream, they are pure stream So definitely, and also like if I talk about the like groom's house, so it's a one kind of dessert. So you explained it very well. So I'm saying the same like that. Even as you know that it's a people mentality, and as you know that we can't change these types of things, and you can also take an example. But even some of grooms, they are also living in bride's home. As you know that this is a one kind of so many brides, so many grooms, they also follow these kind of things. So it's not nowadays even no one is follow this kind of rule, and everyone, they can do anything. As you know that it's your choice. So definitely I think nowadays, actually, we are living in 21st century, so we can't impose these types of things. And everyone, they have a different right, and they have a fundamental right, so they can do anything. So you can say it's happened earlier, but nowadays I think you can choose your own right. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Swastik. And the one thing which you mentioned, that how our constitution provide that it is, I mean, totally illegal, right? And it is the provisions in our constitution also to deal with that matters. So, Hema ma'am, what is your take
Yeah,
on regarding Swastik's?
yes.
Yes.
Swastik, that was a good start and a good initiative by you, which is to be definitely appreciated. And thank you so much. As the first question was answered by Swastik Gata, I'll ask a question which he has asked us in the community post. Okay, the willing ones can come up. So the question is, why are girls too much dependent on their husband after marriage? Though some girls are economically independent, nevertheless you can find such tendency. What is the exact reason? Anyone answer for this?
Yes,
Audience?
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devil?
I mean, what did you ask? Please come again.
Yeah, sure. So the question is, why girls are too much dependent on their husband after marriage? Though some girls are economically independent, you cannot find such tendency. What is the exact reason?
I think, like, see, for ages, girls have been treated like this, like they have to be dependent on their husband. So the mentality has become like that, I think. Like, I can give you an example. Like, in zoo, you can see many elephants. Okay, they are fully capable of breaking their chains. Yet they do not even try for it or go for it. Why? Because they are brought in the zoo at when they are very young. So when they are young, they even try very hard to break the shackles. But since they are young and not strong enough, they cannot break it. So the mentality or the mindset that they produce, that they will never be able to break out of it or break free from the chain. So even when they grow up and they become stronger, they become strong enough to break the chain, yet they do not even try, because the mindset has become so strong that that does not let them even try. So the thing is similar, I think. Like, since ages, the psyche of the girls is like that. Well, women is like that. They have to be dependent on it. So that's why they don't even bother to be independent, I think. I don't know if I whatever I said was right or not, but that's what I feel.
Yeah, actually, the one you have compared with, right? That simile was really attractive. And thank you so much, Devil, for coming up. And yeah, literally deep. What do you think?
Yes. Yes, Hema. First of all, David, thanks a lot. The thing which you have mentioned, totally about mentality. You know, one question arises in my mind, that if a woman after getting married goes to the her husband's house, then there will be change in the surname. Their children have to adopt the surname of her father's, right, surname. But what happen if a husband, the result totally changed? If a husband after marriage shifted to the I mean his wife's house, then what happened? Then the mentality will be the same, or the surname of the I mean mother, children will adopt the surname of the mother. Is it or not, Hema? It is the thing about surnames.
Yeah. And
Yeah, Hema.
yeah, give them the next question, Deep. So let's see
Yeah,
who is being more enigmatic.
yeah, let's see. Let's see. Actually, why I asked this question? Because our next participant who asked the question, her name is Kadal Yadav. And the question is that why do children have to take their father's surname? Why not mother's? So, first of all, I appreciate that question is very nice. And who would like to answer? Why, I mean, children should need to take father's surname? Why not mother's? Who would like to answer? Guys, who will try to answer? Preeti ma'am, Desire, Shubham. Would you like to answer, guys? Kamla?
Hello, Deep.
Yes, Preeti.
Okay. Why children's get their father's surname, right? I think the main reason is because of the mentality and because of the one kind of ritual which is coming from a very ancient time. Um, because of that patriarchal society who believes that father is the one who bring the name of a generation to next generation. So that's why we usually get the surname of our fathers, not our mothers, because we have this kind of belief that a girl is not a permanent member of his family. She has to go to next family, right, after marriage. So that's why we cannot give a surname to a mother of a mother. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Preeti. Thanks a lot for participating. Yeah, maybe I agree with you totally. But it's society. Society can do anything, right? So we can't go against society. So, yes, Hema ma'am, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please,
thank
ma'am.
you so much,
Give your
Preeti.
feedback.
That was actually, don't you think that's a little hard question, but she managed to tell that in a very good way.
Thank you so
Okay,
Yes,
much,
exactly.
Himanshu.
yeah,
And
thank you so much, Preeti.
Hema
Okay,
ma'am,
now
now it's time. Yeah, please,
I'll
now
ask you
it's
a
time to
question.
move towards another question. Another
Yeah,
question.
sure.
Please, yeah.
Okay. As I entered the VZ, Ankit was the one who asked me a question. So, Ankit, I'll answer your question later, but now let me give a chance to audience with your question, okay? So the question is, how difficult it is for a girl to adopt new rituals, responsibility, family behavior, and culture all of a sudden. Anyone to answer?
Okay, I would like to
Ma'am,
give answer.
Yes, Sony Bhai, please.
Hmm. Okay. I think many of us have once lived in hostel, right? Like if you think about our studies and everything. So probably we left our home and we went to hostel and we stayed there. So I believe the adjustment is really difficult there because you are meeting new people. You don't know how they behave, how the person will treat you there. You don't have any idea. Uh, Similarly, if you think about the marriage, when a girl leave her house, so she completely goes into a different place, right? Which is her husband home or family. So people will be different. Their mindset will be different. Suppose uh, think about there are many cultures, right? Like as I am Bengali, and there are many non-Bengali girls. If I marry someone and if she come to my home, so there will be some problem. Obviously, it will be very difficult for her to first to talk about in Hindi or Bengali. Even the foods, even the place, even the temperature, weather, everything. Even if you go there, like if I go there, so definitely it will be difficult for me as well to stay there to comfortable with the new people. So that's gonna be difficult for both the sides. So I hope Ankit got my answer that it's not gonna be easy to settle down in any new places when you are going for permanently. like you are leaving your father's home and you are going to a new place, and that not gonna be very easy. Definitely you have to adjust, and after adjusting you may like, you may not like. So that depend on person to person. I can't say anything about it, but yeah, it's not gonna be very easy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Roni brother. Like, it's so good that you can understand this much. And yeah, I hope this what to tell understanding ability comes in every one of them. I mean, every one of us, and it could be better. Like, it won't be as worse as it is now. Yeah, Deep, shall we proceed for the next one?
Wait, Huma. One thing
Yeah.
which, one thing which brother has mentioned, that
Hmm.
it's very difficult. See, after spending 20 years, more than 20 years in a place, how we can expect to leave that place within a one day, to forget all the memories of this place overnight, to forget all the beautiful memories, all the dreams, the things which, the moments which you have spent with your father, with your mother. It's very difficult for girls. It is known as the biggest sacrifice. According to me, it is the biggest sacrifice in the entire life of a girl. Right, Hema? Thanks a lot, brother. Thanks a lot. Yeah, Hema, it's time to move towards the another
Yeah.
question. So, let me see. So, it's the question by Priyanka. So, yes, what is the logic behind banning girls from wearing Western clothes after marriage in India? The twisting question it is. I repeat again. What is the logic behind banning girls from wearing Western clothes after marriage in India, especially after marriage? So yes, who would like to answer the question written by Priyanka? Yeah, guys, who would like to answer? Kamla, are you there?
Could you please repeat question?
Yeah, sure. So the question is, what is the logic behind banning girls from wearing Western clothes after marriage in India, especially after marriage? Got it? Kamla, are you there?
Sorry, literally, Deep, I couldn't understand your question. You can
Okay,
ask to others.
no issue, dear. So yes, who would like to answer the question? The question is very,
Can
I
I?
mean, yeah,
Yeah,
please.
I understood. Yeah, understood. Can I give it a try?
Yes. Sorry, what are you
Okay.
saying, Learner's Corner?
I'm saying that can I give it a try?
You're not audible clearly.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you that can I give it a try?
Yeah, please. Why not?
Yeah.
Share your views.
Uh, yeah. In my opinion, people ban the Western dresses for a girl after their marriage because they think that first of all they think if they will these kind of ban on the girl, then first of all they will able to control her means they can control her mannerism, uh, how she how that is the way they can allow the girl how she is going to live in their home, and how in the long run she is going to live. So in a certain way they want to teach her that this is the way we want you this is the way we want you in here. And second thing, they ban Western type of clothes because they think if the girl will wear those Western kind of dresses, then they sometimes they feel disrespectful about it because they think it is kind of disrespectful for their culture, and what people will say around them and what people will think of him, that what I mean if people who are living around their family, or the whatever the neighbors or other people who are living uh, around those people who are not that open minded, or who are not there that open minded, then they will not be
What happened, learner's corner? Hema ma'am, there is a issue
Yeah,
from her side.
yeah, I too can't hear her.
Okay,
Learner's
there may be
Corner, we
an issue.
can't hear you. Please rejoin once.
Okay, yeah. So, learner's corner, have you done?
Am I audible now?
Yeah,
Yeah, you are audible, dear. Have you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So, first of all, thanks a lot, learner's corner. You dare to speak there. It's a very nice thing in you. Thanks a lot. And the first thing, Hema ma'am, Hema, have you ever noticed that our Indians, especially I am talking about our society, we are
yes.
living in 20, yeah, we are living in 21st century. We are adopting
Hmm.
all the modern efforts. We start wearing Western clothes. We start using Western mobile phones. We start using Western gadgets. Even we start using each and everything which is came from Western. But still, some people are modern from outside, but from inside, their mind is totally ancient. They are living in the 21st century with the mindset of 20th and 19th century. Agree or not?
Yeah, definitely.
It is that is the root cause of all the problems which we are discussing. So thanks a lot, Learners Corner. Again, thanks to you. So Hima ma'am, please go toward
Yeah,
the next question.
yes,
Yeah, please.
for sure. And yeah,
Will
Learner's Corner, you have defined that in a very great manner. So now I'm going to ask a question asked by our owner, Subhasri. Okay. So the question is, when a woman married and got into another home, why there is a taboo of treating her as a maid by forcefully indulging her to do all the works of people who is living in that house? Is it necessary? Why the sharing of works is not so easy to implement in Indian culture, even she is financially independent or a working professional? Anyone to answer?
Hima, I think
Yes?
repeat the question again. Repeat the
Sure.
question again once, just
Okay.
for once.
Okay. So the question is, when a woman married and got into another home, why there is a taboo of treating her as a maid by forcefully indulging her to do all the works of people who is living in that house? Is it necessary? Why the sharing of works is not so easy to implement in Indian culture, even if she is financially independent or a working professional?
Can I?
Yeah, sure. Please.
Yeah. Thank you, Himashri, for giving me chance. So I know what is the reason behind it. The reason behind is conditioning, because our parents always say to girls, you have to do household chores, you have to learn how to cook, how to manage two household chores, because this is your this is your priority. And whenever you will go to whenever you will go to another house, you have to do these type of work. Number one reason is behind that conditioning, because our parents, grandparents, our relatives, cousins are always saying to us, you have to do it, and you have, because you are a girl, and you have to do household chores, because household chores is your first responsibility. So reason behind is conditioning. Conditioning means whatever you are putting your child in your mind since childhood. So this is called conditioning. Number one reason is conditioning. And yeah, now second question. Yeah, nowadays we have to stop it. I heard a quote. The quote is that when you will share work, so on that moment now love will be increased three times. And it's a reality. When you will work, when you will share work with your mother love will be increased three times, yeah, four times. So that's a thing. It's same here. When you will share work with as a new bride, yeah, as a new wedding girl. So automatically girl will adapt you, and girl will think, this person, yeah, this family will understand me and they will motivate me, so I will give my 100%. And definitely love will increase 3 times 4 times when you will share her work. So that's a thing. And nowadays it should be not. And whenever you will do something, you have to just share the share the things, share household chores, share responsibility. Even if a girl share responsibility according to the financially, so it's your own responsibility. You have to share responsibility in household chores as well. As when you will share household chores things, so love, attachment, and your maturity will be increased 3 times and 4 times. Thank you, literally, Deep and Hemant.
Thank you so much for that exuberant explanation, Kamla. Thank you so much. And yeah, Deep,
Yes,
what do you
thanks a
think?
lot, Kamla. Yeah, Hema. Thanks a lot, Kamla ma'am. Your presence matters a lot for us. Thanks a lot for participating. Yeah, Hema. And now it's time to move towards another one question, right, Hema?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, so the question is from Naveen's side. The question is that which type of marriage is good, arranged or love? What are the drawbacks of traditional marriage system of India? Yeah, the second one question is very strong and effective. That what are the drawbacks of traditional marriage system of India, and what are the, I mean, which marriage is good, arranged or love? So, who would like to share his views regarding the question put by Naveen? Guys, are you there? Who would like to go? Kajal, Garg, Sid, Adarsh, Sandy, Rishi,
Shall
Anand,
I?
Abhishek. Yes, please.
Yeah. According to me, there is pros and cons for both the marriages. Either it is arranged marriage or the love marriage. For the arranged marriage, yeah, it's a traditional type of thing where husband and wives are not, means future husband and wives are don't know each other. Even in today's era, they know each other before marriage. I think just 1 month or 2 months ago, just 1 month or so, they do not know each other in a perfect way that uh, what the culture they have. They adopt the they adopt the family relationship, or what the culture in another's family. Also, what's the um, means their thought process. Uh, Actually, they don't know about each other's goal. What's the interest they have. But in love marriage, because they spend time with each other for certain period of time, either 6 months or 1 year. So they try to know each other, and I think in those period of time, they try to understand each other. And if they understand each other, then I think the marriage will be successful in later period of time. But in since these all are done means in traditional marriage or in arranged marriage, these all are done in the force of our parents, or in the means are the consequences of our parents' decision. That's why it might be successful or might not. Because in traditional marriage, women's used to sacrifice their choice, their interest, and that's why in traditional marriage marriages were successful in earlier time. But now you often heard that marriage there are so many marriages, arranged marriage has become suffered from failure, and yeah, there are too much divorce is going now. So what the reason is that why only uh, means I'm not telling that only reason is arranged marriage. There are so many marriage failure of because of love, means because of love marriage also, because they don't know, they because they are in the love situation at that time, they know each other, but after the marriage they do not know what the responsibility is there, right? So I think both have their internal pros and cons, and we cannot compare each other. But in some circumstances, love marriage is good, but and in other circumstances, arranged marriage is good. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, brother. Nice explanation regarding arranged and love marriage, and also show the many important points which are still ignorant by the people. Thanks a lot again. And Hemashiri, please give your valuable feedback.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shubham, for getting us to know these points. And my next question is by Kamla Bisht. Okay. Yeah, these questions are really nice, attractive. And the question is, why always girls' family give to dowry like furniture and cash to boys' family? Even girls' family takes responsibility to boys' family. Still, it happens. But Northeast in Northeast there is no system like that. Even boys' family give dowry to girls' family. What is the reason behind it? One nation but lots of rituals. What is this? Yeah, that's a reasonable question. Anyone wants to answer
I
that?
would love to. Yeah, I would love
Yeah,
to. May I?
Sandy, please.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, you both are doing very well. Starting with that, in our country, as you know, the country which is composed of so many rituals and traditions, and it was trapped in so much of rituals that we started with dowry, video marriage, so many things were there in our previous era. So that thing, this dowry started from there only, and even the child marriage was also part of our country, India. So the dowry started there. Not about the northeast or southeast part. It was prevalent in most of the places, province in our country. First of all, how it started like when the groom was about to go to his husband's house, and she had to carry some of the jewelry and so many money, so that the people living there, it was a like thought at that time which started like when she was going, then people will be asking what she is bringing from her parents home. First was this, then second thing was also always obviously the greed of the like the husband family. It was there prevalent, but coming to this era, gradually and slowly and gradually it decreased. The dowry system had decreased in most of the places in our country. Still, it can be in very minor places, but still it is very diminutive in nature in nowadays. Then. So why now dowry, or why even the groom parents, sorry, bride, I must say bride, right? So bride's parents are providing this money. The only and one reason is that the husband or the people who knows the husband family, their relative will be asking what your wife have bought from her home. So this is only due to a social stigma. Very people will be asking, or due to the thought of the people, this money or few of the things are been taken by the girl, nothing else for the for today's era. So this is the reason why dowry, or this is the reason why the girl had to carry some of the money, or whatever the jewelry she has been given from her parents. Yeah, hope it's clear.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sandy brother, for bringing your points in a spectacular manner. And Deep, please review him.
Yes, yes. Brother, actually, the examples which you have mentioned, they force us to think deeply about it. Actually, the examples are very nice, right? So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Sandy brother. So, Hema ma'am, it's time. We have many questions, right? Many
Yeah,
participants put the questions. Okay. So
please.
let me check it. It is a question from Ankit Kumar. Ma'am, it is specially to you. I will glad if you read the question from Ankit Kumar Pandey.
Okay, for me, right?
Yeah, especially for you.
Okay, so should I answer this? now?
You can answer it. Okay, I will
Yeah,
read for you. I will read for you. So the
yeah, that would
question
be
is,
better.
yeah, the question is, most of the people suffer when their hometown is changed. So my question is for Hema ma'am, how difficult it is for a girl to adopt new rituals, responsibility, family behavior, and culture of a sudden. Ma'am, it is the question. You got it?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah,
I
please.
hope it's a way too difficult for a girl to adopt all this. But the thing is, it's a ritual, and she knows that it will happen someday for sure. And she would even have the thoughts that she can avoid this marriage, but it's quite impossible in most of the cases. And yeah, she get to adopt these new rituals and responsibility, everything, just keeping mind of her parents, and they should not get feel like they should not feel bad, or they should not be hurt, like the society is expecting such things like a marriage and all. So they will definitely force their parents only. So in order to avoid that, a girl is going through all this. I can tell this is one of the way of a girl showing her love towards the parents. And in case of love marriages, yeah, it happens, but I think it's not too difficult in love marriages when compared to arranged marriages. These things like adopting rituals, responsibility, family behavior, and culture and all, because there will be a little care and love to more than in arranged marriage. Like no, it's not case in everywhere, but most prevalent one. So yeah, it's difficult, but if the partner helps us to overcome that, it can be better, like a little easier. It can be made it in that way.
Very nice, Hema.
Thank
Exactly,
you.
it is very difficult. As we already talk a lot, that it is very difficult phase, right? Whenever anyone have to leave her home, especially during marriage, it is very difficult phase of life. Yeah, exactly. Thanks a lot, Hema. Yeah. So there are another questions also. So Hema, would you like to read the questions, please?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Yeah. There are few questions. The people have asked too many questions, but as there is no time, please don't get angry or whatever. Okay. Like there is less time, so we will ask each question from you. Yeah. The question asked by Prakash Gurunathan. I will ask yours question now. So the question is, if son behavior might changes after marriage, then why mother-in-law still dominate daughter-in-law? For after you came, my son didn't obey or irrespect to me. Like this dialogue I have seen in many of the serials. I don't know why. Let's ask them. Yeah, audience, anyone to answer? Or shall I repeat the question once again?
Yeah, Hema, repeat it in a
Sure,
precise
sure.
manner. Yeah.
Okay. In a precise manner, right? So yeah, I will tell it in the way I understand. After a marriage, the son behavior is changing. So at that time, why mother-in-law is always dominating daughter-in-law only? Like it's not in a positive way, in a negative manner. Why is she doing like after you came, my son didn't obey or he's not respecting towards me? Why does it happen?
Yes, guys. Anybody want to answer? And one more thing I want to add. Okay, first let them answer. After that, I will add.
Rajat?
Who would like to answer?
Okay, so it happened with, I think for every question the answer is only one. It's about all mentality. It starts with mentality and ends with mentality. But in case of this, like she is an outsider, na? Uh, like daughter-in-law is an outsider, and his son is like okay, Chakra, and for many words are for there. And she is a daughter of another family, and she came from another family. So how she digests that? Okay, now my son said this and that. She is not able to digest these things. Like okay, his son is changing little bit. She is not accepting these things. That son is all son like uh, women can adjust at same like that. Man can also adjust. and somewhat behavior changes there in men also. Okay, these many things happen, but main thing is the mentality. All starts with mentality and ends with mentality only. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kajal, for your explanation. And yes,
Yes,
Deep,
Kajal.
what do you think about it?
Exactly, Hima, exactly. Everything revolves around the mentality. Whatever your mentality will be,
Okay.
is that the situation of the circumstances of the society. Yeah, thanks a lot, Kajal. We strongly agree with you. Yes, and Hima, is there any question more?
Actually, the most of the questions, like some questions are similar. The meaning is similar. So I just wanted to tell the audience that, yeah, thanks for this effort. But you know what? You can make some more different questions so that it would be like different. So we can ask many questions. But here, did you read those questions? Like two or three is similar. Like we can't ask. But I'm sure that uh, we are expressing our highest gratitude towards you for keeping this affair. And yeah, Deep,
Hima,
if you have any
yeah,
questions, you can proceed.
yeah, I have one last question.
Yeah, sure.
So it is a tricky one, okay? So the question is
Okay.
that it's cruelty to separate a married man from his parents, but it's tradition to separate a married woman from her parents. Got it? Can I repeat? Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
got it.
Okay, let me repeat it for the audience.
Yeah.
So the question is that it's cruelty to separate a married man from his parents, but it's a tradition to separate a married woman from her parents. What's your take on regarding this question? You got it or not? Who would like to answer?
Right?
Yes, who is?
Yeah, me Shubham.
Shubham, I think you asked already, right? Hema,
Yeah, I
ma'am?
told. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Shubham, Shubham, wait for if other participants will not answer, then we will comes to you. Okay, please wait for a while. Yeah. So, it's my humble request to all who would like to answer. There are many participants.
Yeah, any
Pawan,
audience who haven't answered it,
yes,
don't miss
yes,
your
please.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah. Ujbal, Pawan, Aziz, and other also. Nature, Beauty, Yogita, Desire. Who would like to answer? I will repeat the question again. I know it is a tricky one. The question is that it's a total cruelty to separate a married man from his parents, but it is a tradition to separate a married woman from her parents. It is the question from my side. So, okay, no one? Okay, so we can go to the Shubham, right, Hema?
Sure.
Yeah, literally
Yeah,
deep.
Shubham. Oh, Pawan sir
Pavan
is here.
Kumar?
Yes, Pawan.
Okay. So
Yes, please.
yes, yes, as you told, this is a tradition. This is tradition because of some of the scientific effect. Because you see, why girls are, there is a tradition like we call it Kanyadan for the girls, not for the Vardhan like that. Only we use this word Kanyadan. So Kanyadan, what is the use of this Kanyadan? Kanyadan means basically when we talk about the energy. So energy always transfer from one lady to the other lady. Only she is having that energy. When we talk about the cells portion of the body, in cells there is mitochondrial cells. Mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Okay, so whatever energy is there in the mitochondria, that comes from ladies only, not from the father. It comes from the mother only. So mother is the power station for any family. That is why we worship goddess in Hindu mythology. In Hindu tradition, we worship goddess only. There is no worshipping of any goddess in anywhere in the world. This is happening only in India and in our Sanatan Dharma. Right? Why? Because we know the value of female, the power of mitochondrial. Even now, scientific researches, they are also accepting that only the girls are having this power, not the boys. Right? So here, let's say, for example, a baby is born. It means the body of the baby comes from the father's side.
most of the person, but the power which is coming from the mother side only. So why this Kanyadan is there? Why? Because let's say, for example, whatever you donate to anybody, if you are donating me money, money means what? Money is also a power. If you are if you are donating anything which is important for me, that is also a power. It means by your donation, I'll be more powerful. So same thing is happening. The girl parents, they donate that girl to the boy family, and what they are donating, they are not donating girl, they are donating the power to increase the family strength of the boy side. So that is why we call Kanya Dan, because we are donating power to the next family so that they can carry on their offsprings for the future generations. So because of that, this tradition is there in India, like we need to send our girl to the other family so that that family can blossom, that family can grow. But in many of the ancient, or we can say in Western culture, even the royal family of British, they are having their own daughter married in the same family. So it is still there. A girl is married in the same family, but this tradition is not here in India. Okay. What we believe that there would be, if there would be more biological difference and distance between two family, the offspring would be more, capable, and they'll be different and extraordinary. Let's say, for example, if a boy of India, he gets married with a Japanese girl, the offspring would be totally different and extraordinary because of that crossbreed. So more distance would be there, the more good offspring would be there. So because of that, girls are sent to the other family. Okay, but on the other side, you are talking about that the curse. Like if a girl is making boy separate from their parents, it's a curse. Definitely, because old age people, they are having their sons or daughters only to have a backup for their old age time. If boy is not giving that help to and support to the parents, definitely it's a curse. And even we people, when we will grow old, we will always expect from our sons, like they should support us. So that's why it is curse. But transferring girl from the one family to the other family is not a curse. It's good. That's all.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I really appreciate your upbringing of mythology and the science and all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
And Deep, what do you want to speak?
Yes. First of all, the examples are totally excellent and remarkable. The perspective, it is a different out of the box. Something is out of unique and out of the box is presented by the Pavan. Thanks a lot, brother. We truly appreciate your presence matter a lot for us. Thanks a lot, Pavan.
Thanks, Deep. Thanks a lot, Deep.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So, Hema, we covered all the questions, right? So,
Yeah.
now it's a time. I just ask you, please, in your manner, as you are a girl, so what should be the conclusion of that curse or of that problem about which we are discussing? What should be the better conclusion?
Okay. So, first of all, I would like to thank you all of you guys for making these events successful. And I want to conclude that it's not that easy at all for changing herself completely by just three ties of knots. You must understand how burdensome it is. And just imagine her getting disrespected, being scolded or forced or ill treated. Isn't that a mere hell? So, one must be loving and affectionate to that girl, by husband and in laws too. And most importantly, you must respect. Actually, most of them nowadays understand her sacrifice. But just think if they ill treat her, how bad her situation would be. Hope they keep it, hope, I think most of them have in their heart that they can understand that and they will respect her. And finally, what is amazing is she adapts these changes with smile, as she always wanted it, hiding the grief behind them. And once again, thank you so much for your great performance and your presence and all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Hema, exactly. Thanks a lot, first of all, to each and every participants, and a special thanks to Hema to be with me as a guest. Thanks a lot, Hema, again. And the conclusion is exactly, I mean, totally I'm agree with you. We need to respect the dead gender from where we born. A man born from a woman. A man after attaining 20 years of age. A man married to a woman. After getting married, a man is, I mean, he have to spend his rest of the life with a woman. So why to call her bad? Even from her kings are born, right? So try to respect, because respect we can't demand respect, but we can earn respect, right? So if you give respect to the, you will get back the respect in return. Thanks a lot for each and every participant. Thanks a lot. Yeah, Hima.
And yeah, a special thanks to our host, literally Deep. It was literally an amazing time to spend with your hosting and all. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot.